Hey everybody, RC here. Welcome back to our newest edition of Banished, our Let's Play using the game Banished. And we started this one off with the Adam and Eve mod, as you may recall, if you have been watching up to this point. So we are up to 14 adults, 6 children, and no students. We have built a chapel with 20 members, and we have been slowly progressing. Looks like we are making some headway with our fishing. Let's see, I do not need a builder now, so I am going to put them back on woodcutting duty. And we do not have any students at this point. Now, what I'm expecting Partha to pass away at any time. She's 63. I do have a 16-year-old male that's ready to be married off, and he's evidently out of school as well. I have a 9-year-old male, a 6-year-old female, a 9-year-old female. So with the students turned on, I don't know if they actually get married or if she doesn't get married till after she ceases to be a student. I honestly do not know. Oh, and we have the new family here. I guess I think she was a student as well. I don't remember. I guess what we'll do is we will go ahead and start building a new house. Let's see here. Alright, and right there. And I guess I do need that builder back. So we'll pull that from the... Oh, no, we can leave the tailor. We have actually got 2 more people here. Alright, I guess they graduated... Oh, here we go. In the spring of 11, which is just now, Earthany and Plazantos have become adults and are working as laborers. So let's see if these are... There's Earthany. She is 10. Well, why is she... I turned off the teacher again. That is right. I had decided last episode that I did not need... that I needed the workers more than I needed anything else. And let's see, Taylor, no leather. All right, so we'll pull the Taylor off of there. We will go, let's put you into the blacksmith. And I want to raise our tool limit up to 75. We've got a few more people, you know, so that we need to really start looking at raising those limits. Unpause it. So let's see, we've got 2 builders, a farmer, 2 out of 4 gatherers, 3 out of 4 fishermen, 2 out of 3 hunters, a woodcutter, 1 out of 4 foresters, 1 out of 2 herbalists, a cleric, 1 out of 6 traders, 0 out of 1 tailors, and 1 out of 1 blacksmiths. So, the blacksmith and the tailor, I think, is one that I can bounce back and forth. When the builders are done with this house, alright, they are making headway on that. So, yeah, the tailor and the blacksmith, I think I can bounce around, and the 2 builders, I can put them into hunting and fishing, or possibly one into the forestry area to up our log production, because I believe I have that set to 400. Nope, just 300. So we're getting close there. Might want to go ahead and bump that to 400. It won't hurt. And I think we already raised our... Yeah, we already raised our fuel limit to 450. So we're going to actually need more than 400 wood anyway. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and raise this up to 500 for right now. Health appears to be doing well. Happiness is doing well. 64 years old for Partha. And she is still working. And remember, she was one of the first two members that we had. She was Eve to our Adam, which is here. And unfortunately, we cannot get any information on that. That's disappointing, but and I don't remember her husband's name right now. I think it started with an M. I'd have to go back and look at an earlier episode, but he's been deceased for a few episodes. And that is one thing, that this game does not do well. It does not do the lineage and the history well enough for you to keep up with, that well. Let's see. We have all right, we're getting 10 iron, and then they will start building that house. All right, she is 10 now. And so, yeah, we need to get that house built, so that will get her married off to Sandry. And that will give us another mated couple to produce children, which is the goal of this game. You need more people. And the only way to get that is having sex and making babies. So that is the game in a nutshell. Produce more kids. All right, still waiting on the iron. Gathering food. Okay, she must be gathering food for the house. All right, Dorman's picking up resources, and he's getting those from up here. And we've got 120 iron up there, 150. So we're not really low on anything. Here he comes to there. And that should be the last of the materials, and should start on construction now. Oh, well, let's click on him. He's idling. So he's taking a little bit of a break, which is okay. All work and no play. All right, I do hear some working out right there at the blacksmith. And they are adding to our tool count. Chopping some wood there, getting our crops planted, fishing for some fish. Food we have raised up to a 3,000 food limit. We've got 2,140 in storage right now. And you'll notice one thing, that if you've been watching the episodes, that food does not spoil. So raising that to an infinite number where you're only limited by your storage capacity is not a bad idea. So as we get closer to 3,000, I will probably raise that, just because it doesn't make any sense to pull people off of the food production and then put us in a hole, at a later point, maybe forgetting to turn it back on. All right, we picked up 2 new children, Tel and Arite. Oh, the house has been built. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Oh, no. Wait, was that? All right, that was not the couple I was expecting. I thought they already had a house. Earthany and Plazantos. Okay, I guess they moved from here up here to be closer to their jobs, and Raid and Talia moved here, and they had a baby already. All right, so if we go back and look, Partha's now 65. Sandri is not the one that got chosen. So, wow. Wow. Okay, so Sandri was the one I was expecting. So he may just become an old miser at the rate he is going. So I've got an 18-year-old, a 7-year-old, Plazantos. I guess she didn't want that older man. So I wonder if somebody's going to get stuck with him. Oops. I still have 2 builders. I am going to go ahead and build another house out here and have it going. That was a little surprising. I was not expecting that. Let's see. I do want to go ahead while I just have some free time. Town Hall, Cemetery. There we are. Alright, I want it from there. Cemetery is too small, so I cannot put it there. Okay. And Partha has died. Partha has passed away. And Shell and his child have moved. So this is, all right, let me pause it. So Shell was married, and he has now moved out of the house. So let's see, Lorist and Patrina. So Shell has actually divorced his wife and taken one of their children. So let's see if we can figure out. All right, he left, no, Raid and Talia. All right, so he left Lysandria, and he took the kid, and now she is unmarried. Oh, boy. So now we've had our first divorce. That's got to be a scandal in the community. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause that now because well, I don't know. Do I want to pause it? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make it, I guess. I guess her dying opened up that house, and they immediately, I guess they'd had a rough relationship, and he immediately jumped into that house. Wow, that is stunning, to say the least. And if we go to our cemetery down here, now she has gotten, as the matriarch of the community, she has gotten a very nice headstone where the husband and father of our patriarch of our community really got a just very small and plain headstone. She did live, well, she was younger too, but I think he died around 60 and she was 65. So we're up to 2 graves. Our founding fathers, or our founding couple, are deceased now, so we've gotten a good ways in before they passed away. They have taken a look at their little community here that started off with one house and a field, and you remember they had their wagon up in here. They have certainly expanded a good bit in that one generation's lifetime, and now I think we figured out last episode we're maybe three generations in. Now let's see, Partha, I don't remember what she was doing. All right, let's see. I've got a herbalist, a forester, hunter, fisherman, gatherer, farmer. All right, so the only thing I think is missing, she must have been one of the foresters at the end of her life. Oh, well. That happens. That happens. Looks like we're up to speed here. 213. We're up to 18. Well, we're down to 1,800 food. Firewood's doing okay. All of our individual materials are doing okay. Tools are moving up. Not sure if that was a chop down. I didn't designate it, so I'm guessing that was just a fall down. The herbalist is now closed. Well, they're open for business, but they are no longer actively gathering. Huh. All right, so that's coming along. And again, we want to get that built and then move these two into other positions. So who does that make our current 35, 33, 42, Lysandria and Shell, Lorist and Patrina. All right, I think Lorist and Patrina were the two eldest, and then it was Shell and, boy, how do you like that? So Shell, who I believe is the last son of our founding couple here in the graveyard, waited until after his mother passed away before he moved out of the house with his sister. I think it was his sister, Lysandria, or maybe that was their grandkids, but he waited for her to die before they had the first divorce. So evidently Partha and her husband were not condoning of divorce in their village, and literally the second that she passed away and that the two founding fathers were not there, they untied the knot and moved into his old homestead. That's pretty radical. So anyway, all right. So let's see. Nothing else really going on. You can see the trees are pretty full in here. You remember this area off to the side? We had all these stone and some iron, and I dug a lot of that out. And now you can see it's filled in pretty nicely with trees. I think. All right. I don't need the builders anymore. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to do that. And that, and we'll move those back to laborers. Actually, I'm going to move one to a gatherer. There we go. That leaves one laborer that can come up and start clearing all this out. We've had a new child named Arla's born. And Sandry has moved out of his parents' house into, he's moved out of his parents' basement. Good for him. Probably still plays video games. Hey, but I'm almost 50, and I still play video games. But I have not lived in my parents' basement in a long time, so that's the difference between me and Sandry here. But he finally moved out on his own, and it's possible. We've got a 6-year-old male. You know, I'm surprised he doesn't hook up with her. I don't know if divorced people will get married or not. I thought they did, but maybe I was wrong about that. And there are literally no other kids in his age bracket or even close. So I mean, we've got a 1-year-old, well, you've got a 9-year-old, so maybe Bryleen. There's nobody else for her to marry, so maybe when she turns 10, maybe she moves in with the older man. That's possible. Or does she wait for Conardo to become 10 and move in with him, and really consign Sandry to a life of loneliness. Stay tuned as Banished turns. Turning into a soap opera. So let's see, we're up to 15 and 8 kids. So we have had a large number of children born this year, so I think we've got 4 there. I cannot build there, which is too bad. Maybe I'll build a couple of houses here. Oh, I wonder, can I build, no tavern. What if we build a tavern out here? Hey, I don't know what that'll do for us. Let's find out. So we still have, I'm going to put him into building. The one that's left up there, because I believe we figured out he will still work on clearing things as needed. We take a look at time real quick. We're at 20 minutes, so we've got a little while to go. We don't have to go real late. All right, we're clearing out the harvest for this year, which is going to keep us over 1,000 potatoes. Fish has trailed off again. Venison is way up, so they've got some venison, some meat to go with their potatoes, and then they've got all the other items. Let's see, where are we at? We're at 67. I'm going to move the blacksmith back over to the tailor for the time being, and see if we can't. It looks like we had 8 leather in the hut here, and that'll make two more coats, maybe, I think. How are we doing on firewood? We're up over 200. 2,200 food. All right, real low on logs again. So I just need more bodies in that job. All right, so the old geezer's got a nice house to himself, taking up some space. Let's see. All right, she's still 9, Bryleen. I do need to get some more wood going. Picking up resources for the house that he's building, which you can see he's walking from the town square way over here, and he's walking. Oh, no, I guess we did set that up, the tavern right there. All right, well, I think that might have taken care of a tree that was there, but all right, there went the second one. All right, so the tavern will be coming along. I don't think I have. Maybe that opens up a brewer. Oh yeah, brewers run taverns and brew alcohol. Okay, so maybe that's what he'll do. He'll finish building this and he'll become our brewmaster. Let's see, are we out of clothes? What do we have stored up here? Okay, we have 4 hide coats in storage. All right, so we will move them back up to the blacksmith and let them finish getting our tool count up to 75 that we had adjusted that to. We are into late autumn. We are getting some snow on the ground. 31 degrees. And this will get us turned around back into winter of year 12. So things seem to be progressing pretty nicely. Not great by any stretch. Certainly not where we would. Well, I say not where we would like to be. I mean, we've got all of our basics, and this really becomes a game. Unlike a lot of games where you can do things and really advance faster than, say, real life. This game does tend to start slowing down, and you have to really bide your time. You can't overgrow. You can't overdevelop. You notice one of the things is we've been very monotonous and patient with our house building to make sure that we had a pair, a male and a female, ready to move in and become a breeding couple. because, again, we need the bodies, and right now that's the only way to get them is by having childbirth in the community. So you do end up having to be very, very patient and take your time and think things out a little bit. You can do some things like when I built the school. Well, it turns out I should not have done that. But outside of wasting a few resources and the time to build it, it hasn't been a detriment. We just turn it off and move on, and it's there when we're ready for it. So, but that is one of the unique things about the game. So on this episode, we bid farewell to Partha, our matriarch of our society. Her husband, of course, passed away several episodes back. I think he's been dead about 6 years. We are doing well on food. I mean, we're right at that 2,000 mark, which was our initial setup, and now we have got it set to go to 3,000. We have actually conducted a trade in the last episode with our new trading post here. We do have a few items there, 10 iron tools, 2 coats, some food. So if we have to, we could always go in and turn that off. But that way they are there for trading purposes. You know what? Real quick, let's see. Bryleen has become an adult, and she did move in with the old geezer Sandry, 20 years old. How lecherous! That's scandalous. Double the age. But he's still a young 20-year-old man. She is a very young 10-year-old girl. They are now married and living together, and they should start popping out some babies here soon. So the only one, we do have the divorced couple. I don't know what will come of that. That was interesting to see Shell wait till, I don't know if Partha was his mother or his grandmother. I want to say that was his grandmother. I think he was I think they had 4 kids, but I think he was a son into the first pair of kids, I think. We go back and look at that, but no big deal. But anyway, one way or another, he waited till literally minutes after his mother or grandmother died, and then he took her house, got divorced, and took the kid and left his wife out here all alone, right there, Lysandria. So she is living on her own, and I'm guessing that, we'll see. I mean, I guess there's some more kids that are coming along, but our next batch of kids, they're no longer having children, it doesn't look like. We have a 3-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old, a newborn, a 5-year-old, no kids, a 2 and an 8, a 6, and a newlywed couple. So I don't know. I don't know that there's going to be enough, people to come in and have these people remarry. Even though they're still, they're getting old in the game. Heck, I'm older than that in real life, but, they are older in the game. As you can see, Partha, died at about 65 of old age. So, he's in the last 20 years of his life, and we saw here that in the 50s, they're no longer having children. So it is possible that, that 40s is the last stage of having children. You'd sure like to maybe get one more baby out of them, but, being divorced, and I guess they are just not going to get married again or anything like that. So, all right, let's put a cut in right here. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next episode. Take care.